Hey Angie, all right, we have your spread here, and so first we're going to see when time we're going, where we're going, what you did for your occupation or with the majority of your time, a first important day, a second important day, your death, and the lesson learned from this life. All right, so let's start. We're seeing when in time are we going? All right, when are we going? Where's Angie's life? All right, so you can see that took a second to get started, but that was very consistent when we stopped. So that is telling me that we are going very, very far back. It's not, I wouldn't say ancient times, but we're talking a long time ago. This is maybe around, I want to say even the BC 80 or the BC 80 crossover there. Sorry, can't speak today. All right, so this is a long, long, long time ago. And we're going to an island nation. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is something like Northern, Nordic, Viking. We're looking at like a Viking. Okay, it's Netherlands. So we're looking at the Netherlands. I want to say where the Netherlands are, or north, around that area. Okay, and you're a male. So I'm seeing a very strong male figure, but your strength. So what you see is not what you get in this life. I'm seeing a person that's just very strong, intimidating presence, but it doesn't reflect what's inside. All right. So here we have what you do with the majority of your time, which is the con card. All right, the con card. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are a con artist. In this case, what I'm getting is that you went along with the flow of things despite being against what you had to go with. Kind of like you had to follow the leader, you had to act a certain way, and so who you're conning or what you're conning in this life that we're looking at is actually yourself. This is a life of not being true to yourself, which is common, I think, in this life with your comrades and the society there. I think there's a lot of people who couldn't speak up because it would go against what is the norm there, and that's the case with you here. All right, so let's go to your first important day. First important day. So this is the Wowzer card. This card indicates that this is a day where something big happens on a different level of perspective. Like you see or witness something or realize something that is almost otherworldly or out of this world or out of the world that you know. Something that you can't even talk about to other people unless they're close friends, which is interesting because we have the friends card right here. And then the feeling linked with this day, this is the horror card. So something happened, and I'm asking my guys, I'm saying, hey, tell me what happened here. What's happening? Something was seen. So you saw something that defies explanation, at least within the bounds of your society. You had people that you knew you could trust to talk to, but not a lot. Maybe one, maybe two. Two if lucky. Almost like you had a group, just you and another person, you or two other people that were much more bonded and you thought similarly to each other than the rest of the, I want to say clan, the rest of the community, small community but fierce community. And so you had only one or two true friends. And whatever you had witnessed on this day, the only people you could talk to were these people, one or two people that you trusted, and you told them. And I want to say what I'm getting is that they actually told other people, not to betray you, but to tell other people, because it's such a mind-blowing thing that they couldn't help themselves. And something happened because of that. So there were repercussions that happened because of them going out and blabbing. And so your job is to make connections in your current life to this life. So for example, maybe you've had experience with not wanting to share things with people because you were afraid of what they would think or what others would think, or that you wouldn't be able to trust them to just keep it between the two of you. So keep that in mind. All right. So what happened? Something happened like a lashing. Like basically it wasn't like burning at the stake, but it was like a lashing or a physical like consequence for talking about this, because it was so out there. It was just so out there. Almost like maybe you saw something in the sky or something in the water or something that was something like a UFO or more than like just seeing a ghost. Like it was something like otherworldly, inexplicable, almost like a miraculous thing. Maybe lights in the sky, something. And so something that should have been kept to yourselves at this time in history where these things weren't openly discussed. And you told your friends, they told others, and I don't know if you actually got in trouble and suffered the consequences, but your friends certainly did. So it's almost like they didn't really betray you, but they betrayed the communication of letting them into what you saw. And for that, they were punished. And the horror aspect was the punishment as well as how you felt about it, because I really feel like you were safe from the consequences, but you knew they wanted you to be safe. So you didn't speak up, but that stayed with you. So it was almost like a sense of horrific guilt on this day. It could have made you want to close up and not tell anyone anything after that, keeping to yourself. So keep that in mind. All right, second important day. Okay, here we see the graduation card. And so with these cards, a graduation, it's not going to be, because we're talking so far back, it's not going to be graduation from an institution or school. Here we're talking about a different kind of graduation. So seeing what this is about. The relationship linked with it is family. And then feelings of approval or disapproval. And so what I'm getting is that this graduation actually has to do with graduation of your spirit, of your soul, of yourself, because this is the day that you start a family. This is a day where it's kind of like a heart opening or a heart reopening, because since this day happened, you've been really closed off, but something occurred where you began to open your heart more, and your family became your world, your universe, everything to you, your lifeline. And this card is a duality card. It can mean either one. It can mean approving, disapproving, or it can mean mixed emotions. And in this case, we're getting mixed emotions. Like you approve wholeheartedly of your family. You love these people with all of your heart and soul, but the disapproving comes in where you feel like you don't deserve such love. You don't deserve to feel such positive feelings because of the lingering guilt you still carry from your past. All right, so keep that in mind. As far as connections go, feelings of guilt, of feelings of not feeling like you deserve things. And just know that if you have these feelings in this current life, that they stem from this life. They stem from a past life, and they don't serve you in the current life. And those are feelings that you should be able to let go of, or you should be letting go of, or have let go of, because they don't serve you. They're unnecessary. All right. Now we come to the death card. This is the sickness card, disease card. And what I'm getting here is pneumonia, something cold that takes over your body. We're in the north, you're situated in the north, and the cold finally got to you, even though you should be immune, even though these are people that might even go and bathe in the lake in the wintertime when there's snow. You know, there's certain people that do that in certain cultures. But in this instance, it got to you, and I'm seeing you're much older, and that's also why is the deterioration of your body with age lessened your immunity towards the cold. So I feel like the cold really came in and settled on your chest, just settled on you. And you just, how you died was in your bed laying down. And by this point, it was a very full life, even though you weren't able to express everything you wish you could have expressed. But you did see things that kept you interested in life. This day kept you so interested in what life could bring. And then you had a family which filled you, a feeling of fulfillment. And so you died of this sickness, but you weren't lacking in anything. It was a very filling life, very fulfilled life, despite dying of this sickness. All right, the lessons of this life. This is the dream big card. This can indicate, or what it's indicating here is like expansiveness of thought, expansiveness of heart and soul. This was a lesson that I want to say was mostly learned, not 100%, because this day held you back because of the guilt. You allowed the guilt to consume you to a point where it did end up holding you back in some way, holding you back from exploring fully your life in all aspects, which is understandable in this kind of society back in these times. But however, you did fulfill much of this lesson. You learned so much of it because you came back with learning to love your family and almost like be able to rely on others again and trust others in your family at least. And so you got rid of a bit of that guilt where you couldn't trust your friends. You got it back where you can learn to trust others, such as your family. Sorry, the battery died. But yeah, basically that was it. So thanks for letting me read you. I found that very interesting, and I hope you did too. Bye!